Bing. We're live. It is the Kent Beck Scrum. We have Matt and Michael and myself. Matt was in first. Matt, how are things going with you?
Oh, pretty good. It looks like from my GitHub chart, I took the whole month of February off. I guess I'm just interested in getting back in a little bit.
Sure.
I'm looking at different types of jobs now as far as that goes, probably more data related because I think I can get those easier. Pretty good with Oracle and SQL Server, and
Sure.
they're a little bit more contained than like web development.
Yeah, and a lot of interest, and it's a big growth field, definitely.
Yeah, so I think I'm kind of gonna go back to that, but I still want to do a little bit with like the event manager, just because I started that and I wanted, started working on that, and I want to, and maybe that can also lead to some data project related.
Yes. Lots more events, lots more data.
Yeah.
Well, we have community support project too.
Oh, what's that?
It's a project that Sam and I are working on to try and set up data analytics for like premium upgrades and stuff.
And you're in the channel, Matt, with the data mining channel that you just joined. That's where we're kind of chatting about it. So.
Yeah, so I'd be interested in that too. So
cool. So that's great. Anything blocking you at all at the moment, Matt?
No, I'm just kind of wondering where I should get back in. I was doing something with the shared assets for Event Manager, like putting them into a gem. I could do that, or I could do. There's a ticket I was going to work on with Marianne Mosley, but the weekends are hard for me.
Sure.
That's when she's available, so I don't know about that.
Yeah, well, on Marianne and I, what we did, that PR that we did was sort of working on that ticket. Marianne and I worked on it last Sunday. But yeah, maybe at the top of the Scrum we can. I mean, I was expecting to have maybe some Redeemify folks to have a little Redeemify kickoff, but they're not here, so we can maybe focus on Event Manager at the end of the Scrum. And work out things for you to focus on. Let's just check in with Michael. Any updates from you?
No.
Nothing's from Michael. Things from me. I'm working on trying to get SSL enabled on the av.org, and that is kind of I don't know. I think there's clearly a way to do it that involves paying Heroku a lot of money. There's supposed to be this free way of doing it, ish. That involves Let's Encrypt, and I found kind of one thing that like a Let's Encrypt Heroku thing, but then apparently your DNS has to be managed by Cloudflare, and now I'm doing another one, and I've got a pull request in, and I have to get this. I'm using like a OpenCert or something on the command line, and anyway, I've now got to like move. I've now got to have like a particular endpoint on av.org respond with like a key that I've generated, so I've got that which I will kind of need to move out to production. It's a bit. It's. I guess what we could really use is having custom domains on the development and staging actually, so that I can test that it works there before I have to get it all working at the next level. Anyway, I continue to grapple with that. Interestingly, Aresh seems to have those, that SSL all sorted out in his kind of Pullman's Doku DigitalOcean deploy for the async voter projects, and I'm kind of working through trying to deploy a new staging environment there. Hopefully, I can mine with Aresh. We're also Aresh. We've got this like all this extra credit from Microsoft Azure, and Aresh is saying, we'd like to set up the Doku stuff on there. It's interesting because the Doku interface provides, it's like Heroku command line, but you haven't got the web bits, but you can get all this stuff done. Gosh, I'm learning lots more about DevOps. So that's trying to make some sort of progress on my various commitments to website one, for which the kickoff will be tomorrow. But that's sort of locked on SSL DevOps, but we've got the Ruby, gosh, what's it called? The Ruby mob is coming up in 8 minutes. That's our Scrum. Yeah, so we could have a little look at the event manager. There's not much time. And what I would say is about the event manager is, I guess, the difficulty. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess this is sort of deciding what it is going to be as a project. I mean, the event manager was originally created because Ed and Zizo were saying, "Oh, we really want to do stuff with Rails 5 and Action Cable." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, well, let's make this thing. And here's this. We've got this area with this whole events thing, which maybe we should be pulling out of AV as a microservice or something, and go in that as a way to go." And then both of them, ran into financial issues and had to sort of scale back their involvement. And so now we've got this thing. Mary and I did this bit of work on it, and I mean, yeah. Also, Corey is talking about like refactoring the events component in. So I guess the question is it just a place? Should Event Manager be just a place to sort of experiment with new different bits and pieces, and then we're going to throw away all the code, or is it something that we're trying to move towards it delivering some kind of value to some part of the Agile Ventures community? And I don't know. So, any thoughts on that, Matt?
Yeah, I mean, your last point might be valid in that we could learn a little bit, and then maybe when you get website 1 up to Rails 5,
Right.
just in there, and I mean,
right, as a monolith rather than a microservice. Yeah, I mean, I would say just in the interest of, obviously there'll be more time that others. I've got to move this Ruby mob, so I'm not always on Thursdays. Just there's not much time in the Scrum, or not much room for overlap. I mean, I would say that gem thing that you started working on, I'd be really interested to see if you can get that work, like get it working in combination with a was it middleman site? Would be really interesting.
oh right, so have the middleman site and the
just sharing a set of style sheets and stuff, resources between the middleman site and the other system. Yeah,
that'd be a good experiment, even if it's not.
Yeah.
Even if none of this gets used.
Yeah, I think that playing with middleman is great fun. I mean, the other thing that it makes me think of is that, the point that you just asked in the pull request, well, Marion and my pull request that you just mentioned, Matt, is that in the current setup that we've got now, we've basically got the event kind of being rendered twice. Like it's rendered once using the ERB, and then it's like later on when the website updates, it gets re-rendered using the JavaScript. And there's almost an argument there for saying, well, let's dry it out, and rather than ever rendering it in ERB, since it's going to need to be regularly kind of re-rendered in JavaScript, why not just serve it in JSON over an API and then have it rendered on the client in the one time, and when you need to re-render it, you just redo it on the client. And in that context, one could almost imagine it being a pure API and you not needing the interface in the interface generation components in Event Manager at all, and then it could be middleman with a bit of a JavaScript layer on it, just rendering the events there. Go on, Michael.
Oh, and all middleman.
That's kind of what I had envisioned before.
Yeah.
But apparently Rose has shown up now.
She has. I was not immediately acknowledging her just to sort of finish that thought. But anyway, I think that thought acknowledged. Rose is here. Let's devote the rest of the time. Hey, Rose, how are you doing? I muted you because there was.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. How are you doing?
Oh, good. And you?
Yeah,
Snowed
yeah.
in, but good.
Excited, beard getting frizzier.
What's with the beard?
I'm just seeing how long I can grow it before my wife leaves me. I'm hoping that I don't.
Okay.
It's an experiment. I mean, this is when you work from your home office. You end up kind of doing crazy experiments. Anyway, but is there anything you want to tell us about? Anything blocking you at the moment?
I'm having some trouble. I was having some trouble installing until a moment ago Capybara WebKit for website 1, but that finally went through.
Woo!
So yay!
Excellent.
And so I'm going to try to bundle, and hopefully I will have installed website 1. And I noticed that there weren't any particular instructions before installing website 1 on Cloud 9. So I thought, well, that might be something I could contribute.
Yeah, that's interesting that you say that. I had a feeling that we had a walkthrough for, because I did, at least whether I was successful in doing it or not is another matter. But I still, there was certainly a point at which I was. So we've got in the docs directory in here. We've got the cloud, the install. I don't think they're very good ones, but that was my install notes from trying to get website 1 installed on Cloud 9. I don't know if you saw those.
No, I went to the README, and then it sent me to a link, and I was going by the link.
Yeah. So I mean, I think it's entirely possible that this whole thing is. I mean, the probably the way that you went is from the README goes to.
It has a troubleshooting for. Okay, now wait a minute. It has a. Yeah, keep on going down. Contributing.
Project. We've got project setup.
Yeah, setup. That's where I went.
Right.
That's where I went.
And it may well be that this doesn't.
Capybara. I just saw it. It sends you to troubleshooting.
Yeah, I mean, it's entirely possible that these. I mean,
yeah,
we
just
different ones are
passed
just,
it again.
I mean, basically, this is all in this docs directory. I mean, partly there it's the structure of GitHub that's showing us this. But we've got, you see there, C9 OS X Ubuntu. Those are just sort of like random notes that people have been throwing around for installing on different platforms.
Okay.
But that's a reflection of us maybe not highlighting their existence. So that's yeah. So certainly, if you can do a PR that you know, adjust the README so that they're pointing to at the right point in the flow, and possibly can improve upon the existing one, that would be fantastic.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Awesome. All right, nice one. It is time for the Ruby mob, so I think unless there's anything else, we might need to wrap up the Scrum there. Maybe see some of you in the mob.
I might listen in. I haven't read the book.
Sure.
What's the mob?
The Ruby mob is, we're, for the premium mob members, we've been going through Abdi Grimm's Confident Ruby and kind of using a Cloud 9 instance to, you know, just like play with the code.
Yeah, no, I got it. I got it.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. See everybody soon. Good Scrum.
Take care.
Bye for now.
Bye for now.